When you look back at yourself, then does that even seem like you?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, of course it is you, but I mean the young hulking you smashing guys.
This was also just the one round, correct?
Yes.
Like a 17-minute round?
Yeah, there's no rounds.
Was it? Did they have a time limit on any of the fights?
No, and I would have won that fight if Big John McCarthy wouldn't have stuck his melon in between us and break us up. You know, that's how you were talking about how they fix the fights and everything. He broke this fight up. There were no rules, not supposed to do. Look, he's breaking us up. Why did he do that?
Why did they do that?
Yeah.
Were people booing?
Yeah, that was all John McCarthy. Why did he break us up?
I don't know. Like, what were the rules back then?
There were no rules. All they had to do was give him a track starting gun, and he could stand there and go boom, and that's all he needed to do.
He just had to start the fight.
And
so this restart was just completely because of him.
Yes,
because of Big John McCarthy.
Yes, he's corrupt and he's a crook. His idea of what he thinks fighting is. And he's a full-on Oleg submission guy because he's all into technique. I don't know this. He's never said it to me. But he's all into skill and everything else. He has no respect for fighters' fortitude or anything like that.
You don't think he does?
No.
I think he does.
Well,
I mean, I think you have like a personal dispute with him, but I like Big John. And
you might like him, but... he leveraged his made-up persona, Big John, to get me kicked out of the show. Him and his wife, they got me literally kicked out of the show.
You kicked out of the UFC?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What year was this?
Very early.
Why would they want to get you kicked out of the UFC?
Because he does not like me. He's a cop, and he doesn't like the fact that I'm probably in his eyes a thug. But the point is, he has a bee in his mind. He's never liked me. He was a jiu-jitsu student before he started in the thing. They for the Gracies, they didn't have a ref. So Art Davie goes, hey, what about that big guy, Big John? And then Big John was a cop and everything. And he did background checks on me before I got into the UFC. Like, oh yeah, no, this guy he's got a record. I've been arraigned at least 7 times for beating people up. And shit was hitting the fan. It was getting bigger and more. You're gonna get in trouble pretty soon. Thank God I had a great attorney, and he was a guy that could point out the truth, and people would see that, and the DA would go, okay, community service. I'd go do that at the boxing gym. So anyway, so John checked into it, and he goes, no, this guy really is a street fighting legend like Tank Murdoch. And obviously the guy's dad was a cop, and that underlying it doesn't matter. But he did not like the fact that I came along after the Gracies, because he was like a stooge for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and the whole 9 yards. And when I came along, I kind of said, no. Fighting is emotional, and it's not a skill. It's not a skills match. It's what you have in your head. And he obviously doesn't have anything in his.